Hello everyone, this is Luna, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. The shutdown arc continues. Now, I woke up terrified out of my mind of actually discussing anything I've experienced. And I was like, maybe I just shouldn't say anything. And then later, I was just like, okay, I'm ready to say it now. What? Yeah, like waking up changed my mind. What? What is this bullshit? I'm not sure if I should say it, but honestly, I just don't think anyone gives a shit. But, you know, I might as well. I mean, it would make something more interesting, right? To just detail my weird journey of going through this series. Just detailing what I can about my experiences and how that impacted me on both an emotional and psychological level. Because yes, you can say it's stupid, but that doesn't negate everything I went through or the impact it had on my mental health. I honestly had to deal with the bulk of that on my own, and that did some serious psychological damage for a while. Let's have some fun now, shall we? Also, Chrono, I do not give a shit about the tradition of explaining the rules at the beginning of every season. If we're going to do that shit again, I'm going to just skip those boxes because no one cares. No one cares. I mean, some people care, you know, like the person standing right there trying to learn how to play. But, you know what? And that person trying to learn how to play isn't a viewer of this channel. You either already know how to play the game, or you just don't care. One of those. I updated my Shadow Paladin deck. I could have updated it more, and I was too lazy to. And also this works well enough for, you know, the story. I don't really think I'm in danger. I mean, seriously, I think I'm fine. Until, of course, I have to card fight against Kamui again, and he kicks my ass, and I get stuck again. Because of him. Yes, it's not my own skills that's the problem, it's his clan. The entirety of it. What are you looking at, Chrono? I can't see. I mean, even if it was in English, I still wouldn't be able to read it. I mean, seriously, just look at that shit. I don't think you're supposed to be able to read it, to be honest. Although people that know Japanese can probably see some of the bigger things here, like maybe this line above my cursor, maybe people in Japan can read that. I sure can't. What is it? But this would be easier if I actually had some idea of what I wanted to do with my life. Oh, it's like, what do you want to do with your life? That kind of thing. Oh yeah, I can't relate to this struggle. I cannot relate. I mean, when I was in middle school, I think I was either 11 or 12, but I was near the end of 6th grade, and I'm like, I want to be a writer. And now a lot of people I'm not necessarily going to say I'm a writer in everything I write on the internet, but the label too long didn't read was definitely created for people like me. The right things that are way too long to bother reading for the average person. And most people can probably tell I want to be a writer because that's how many long things I write. No one on the internet cares about my bullshit. Honestly, that's why explain anything? Who's actually looking forward to that shit? I mean, I'm not sure because I doubt there's anyone out there that actually cares. But you know what? I'm still going to say it because I can and I feel like it. So anyway, Chrono doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, and meanwhile, I don't know what kind of story to write. All I know is it's somewhere within the fantasy genre. I don't know what else. Just that. Yeah, that's a lot of explanations. I mean, that covers so much. I don't know anything. But, I mean, if Chrono knew what he wanted to do with his life, he'd probably make progress much faster than me, because he's currently just in middle school, and I am no longer part of the education system. Although I could change that if I wanted. It's not a real education system. It's listen and obey. It's that kind of system. It's not actually teaching you to do anything useful. Well, except for the basics, like reading, some basic math, writing, and I mean, the education system just seems to be getting worse and worse by the year. I judge it heavily, but I mean, I just like learning things. I don't like being tested on things, and especially if you're going to give me a hard time limit. If you're going to fail me for a test, I want it to be because I didn't do the work. I don't want it to be because I didn't write things down fast enough, because that's stupid. I mean, really, it is. Anyway. While Chrono just sits here staring at me for not continuing with the plot, I'm just going to say that I never thought I'd continue to desire being a writer at this point. I thought I'd grow up and I'd end up choosing something more realistic. That didn't happen. I tried, and I failed horribly. And even though I'm stuck, I've still made more progress with writing compared to anything else. Although, I guess YouTube content is, well, it's something. I've got some promise here, but the only thing that makes me think I've got more progress with writing is because it's more difficult to ban me from doing it, as opposed to YouTube deciding to just ban this account for no reason. Just because... I don't know. YouTube can just decide to do it without any reason, really. Honestly, they could just ban me because of all my F-bombs. Okay, sure. I'm not sure how harmful my F-bombs actually are, but sure, YouTube. Anyway, let's move on. Briar, you're going to have to make up your mind. You can't just cruise through life. He's still in middle school, though. Like, I've heard of people that go to college and they don't have any idea what they want to do with their life. I mean, seriously, adults like that exist. I mean, you can't expect a child to just know everything about what they want to do. I'm an exception, not the rule. Obviously, some people may have an idea, but that doesn't apply to everyone. I mean, honestly. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't apply to everyone in Japan either, because people in Japan are still humans. I mean, I don't care about I know there are cultural norms there and all that, but some people in Japan are probably just as stuck on this information as Americans in general. But, I mean, anyone from any country can be stuck with what to do with their life. Especially if they aren't even an adult yet. Especially if they aren't in high school. Chrono, are you in high school? The answer is no. Well, when I logged on, your high school form was there, but I don't really show that off because I don't feel like it. I might show it off later if, I'm so incredibly lazy. But you know what? I don't think that's a good idea. I think I should just continue. Alright then, what do you want to do? I don't know, but whatever it is, I'd love to go and live overseas. You are saying that Chrono should make up his mind, and you have no idea. Okay, Tokaha. Meanwhile, Shion is basically, well, he's set up for life. He knows exactly what he's going to be doing. Surprisingly, I am in the same situation. Because if I'm going to be successful at doing anything, it's going to have something to do with writing. And no, I cannot plug in a bunch of random text just because data entry sounds like something I can do. No. I go insane every time I schedule just 15 videos for upload. I'm like, this is just driving me batshit, and all I'm doing is copy and pasting. And occasionally fixing typos. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. And honestly, whatever I do with my life, it has to be mentally stimulating, not dumb. I mean, I have a respect for pretty much every job, provided, of course, the job isn't something like murdering people, but I mean, as doctors, people make tough decisions, but anyway, some jobs are harder than others, but I'm not necessarily going to be more successful at a job just because it's entry level, or just because it's simple and basic and you don't have to put much thought into it. I need to put thought into what I'm doing, or I'll go insane. I need to do something with myself, or I'm going to go freaking batshit. You don't want me to be bored at work because I can do anything, and no one wants to see that. Absolutely no one. Anyway, I am on a fixed income for a reason, but if I ever get good enough for people to be like, you should write a book, I'm going to seriously consider that maybe my skills are good enough at that point. But I currently have not met any such person saying that to me, and I know exactly why. I haven't shown anyone my work. Why? Well, because I don't think that it's not something that people can just read and be like, maybe you should change this here or there. When I say that I'm not ready, when I say that I'm stuck, I mean I'm stuck. And when people want to just read what I'm write, I'm just like, no, you don't. There is not really much to read. And when it comes to what I've written lately, that's a bunch of personal shit. There's no way I'm going to tell the entire internet about it. No way in hell. I know I've said a lot of things that didn't need to be said, but I seriously have my limits. I mean, honestly. Well then, shall we get back on track now? I thought we were meeting to discuss what we were going to do next with Team Try 3. You didn't just... Okay, you know what? It's too obvious. Why am I going to criticize this? I was just like, why didn't Xion talk about what he's going to do with his life? And I'm like, why should I ask such a stupid question, especially when I've already answered it? Well, kind of. I mean, he's the heir to a family. He's going to inherit the family business. That's basically it. He's going to start running a company when he's old enough. Well, excuse us, but not all of us have our lives figured out already. For better or for worse. Yeah, if your life is determined from the beginning that you're going to be doing this when you're an adult, that actually does suck. But, I mean, that's not necessarily the worst either. I mean, especially if you actually have pride as being part of that family, which Xion does. And for some reason, I'm going to go into a can of worms. I'm going to open it. Pandora's box is going to be opened. It's a can of worms I don't have to go into, but for whatever reason, I feel like doing it. And again, I'm just staring at Xion like, I really shouldn't do this. I really don't think anyone cares. But then I'm just like, well, if no one cares, then there's no point caring that I'm mentioning it, is there? Inheriting the family business. Huge responsibility. You up to it? I guess I'm ready for it. I have known my whole life what was going to be expected of me. Yes, I've got a lot of high expectations for myself, though. I have very high standards, and I became a perfectionist sometime in 12th grade. No, not 12th grade. No, that's not. I meant that. What was my line of thought? It was something about, oh yeah, I became a perfectionist when I was in 7th grade or something. And ever since I became a perfectionist, I've just proceeded to go insane every time I make a single mistake. Actually, that's a gradual thing, but if the structures in this country weren't as bad as they are, I also wouldn't have managed to go on for this long. What does that mean? But it means I was going to go batshit, and for some reason the structures in this country were so bad, I somehow managed to make a right decision that actually saved my life. Now, I know the systems in place are things that I still oppose, but without those systems in place and without me being a perfectionist, I wouldn't have made the right decisions that actually helped me survive at my worst point in life. And that is very, very depressing. Now, what is more depressing is the point where I nearly broke down. That is even more depressing. Okay, I'm done rambling now. Let's continue. What I want to know would be this, I guess. What I want to know would be this, I guess. Well, let me guess, Chrono. You're going to decide you want to do something, and it involves space. I don't know what kind. I don't know what that means, but something involving space. I mean, there are probably multiple fields involving space, so I'm not going to generalize and say one of them if I don't even remember. What did Chrono decide on? He decided on something eventually, and I can't remember what it was. What am I meant to do with my life? Yeah, sort of like a crisis I had. I threw away some of my old beliefs because I thought that they were going to make me sound insane. And then I went to my therapist, and for years I was talking about how lost in life I am. And why am I lost? And why was I lost in my life? Well, because I was asking questions about that's because I was questioning what I thought my purpose in life was. Because I chose to ask so many logical questions, I felt lost. And because I was lost, I was only lost because I was like, there's no way in hell this makes sense. No, it can't possibly be true. Sounds like nonsense. Yes, and then I had an eternal crisis. I wasn't sure what to do with my life. I now think that I am better off accepting my beliefs instead of throwing them away, just because they sound a bit insane. At least I know that. Let's move on. No one needs to hear me say that again. I can't believe the new unit is called Chronodran. Funny how much you like units that have the same name as you. Shut up, birthday twin! Yes, that's right. I've got a number of those, actually. And I've got pride when it comes to how many birthday twins I have. It's kind of ridiculous when we also consider the person that came closest to, being any kind of, I'm not even going to continue finishing that sentence because for some reason it's just not coming out. The only thing that's funny about it is the way you seem to enjoy making fun of me, you know. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Why is it so funny to you, Tunetto? Oh, hello there. I like her outfit. Wait a minute, what happened to her outfit? She came in looking like that, and now she looks like this? Oh, come on, Vanguard Zero. Is this really how little of a budget you had? You just couldn't have her in... Well, to be fair, she looks like that on my home screen if I change to her. At least right now. Can you teach me to play Vanguard? Chrono, if you explain yourself, I am not voicing that shit. And so, you already have your own deck? Yes, the association. Oh, a friend gave them to me. A friend. Huh? A friend? Are you sure you're not hoping for something more, Luna? She's a beginner, so I was hoping that maybe you could help her out by giving her a teaching fight. Okay, and I'll skip through that entirely. The best way to learn Vanguard is by actually playing a game, right? Well, I don't disagree, because that's actually the best way I learn anything, is by doing something with it. That's why having me memorize a bunch of dates doesn't do me a whole lot of good. It also doesn't do me a lot of good to memorize a bunch of capitals and countries I will never visit. Honestly. I'm not even going to visit every state in this country, although I have been in a number of them, a significant amount, but I'm never going to visit all 30 of them. What? I'm never going to visit all 50 of them. Can someone please tell me why my brain said 30 instead of 50? Because I honestly do not know what to say to you. I'm trying to think of something that may make this make sense, and I can't think of anything. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe there's something, Is 30 still the Captain Brain's world? I thought there was something better I could say. Oh, right. The stage and all of the worlds in Duel Links are capped at 30, except for DM World. I wasn't trying to think about Duel Links, but since I had it open recently, maybe that's where the number 30 came from. Hey, okay, you can leave it to us. You can count on Trinity Dragon. Okay, just don't be too weird. There's a wrong way to be weird and a right way to be weird. And don't pick one of the wrong ways, because there are a bunch of them. Well, normally we would, but not right now, sorry. Chrono, can you do it? The thing is, we already accepted this quest, and we're running kinda late. So, we gotta run. We're sorry. Huh? Let me introduce you to Chrono Shindo. And this is... Shin, you're behind. Shin? Ah, Luna Yumizuki. It's very nice to meet you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to say any of this. Not even the imagination part. And, I know that I'm being disrespectful, but, I mean, just wait. Okay, it's almost time for the card fight. Okay, now Shion is, stepping in with some information of his own. That makes things a bit different, but also explaining the rules is still explaining the rules, and no one needs to see that. No one needs to see this either. I mean, honestly, this is interesting, but I'm just like, come on, no one needs to see this. No one needs to hear me read it again. Silly, huh? Okay, sure. Let's move on. You guys are teammates? Why, yes, we're Team Tri-3. Chrono's not great with other people. You want me to teach you how to play instead? Really? That'd be awesome. Thanks. Sorry, no offense, but I think I'd feel more comfortable learning from another girl. I completely understand, Luna. I mean, honestly, I know it sounds rude, but I completely understand. We don't have enough girls playing card games. I mean, that's just my opinion, but we need more of them. I was kidding, you'll be just fine with them. No. Oh, God. Anyway, this franchise isn't perfect with our female characters, but they at least did better than Studio Gallop. There's that. Although, in Luna's case, I'm not sure that she gets the best treatment, but I mean, not every character is going to play a major role. Whatever the hell that means. You know, considering I forgot a lot, it's very difficult to even... Okay, I will... Oh, interesting. Considering I know Luna's clan. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. In the next video, I'm going to card fight, but this video is already long enough because I can't shut up.